Good evening, sir. So today we are going to uh, make a presentation of our case study. Okay. So in my team, I have myself, Yugan Raj, Chong Chi Hung, dan Ruben, Hanif Fakri, and Muhammad Izam bin Zabidi. So the title we have been chosen for the case study is related to the flood incident that happened in December 2021 at Taman Sri Muda near to Shalam. Okay. There was some incident that started from December 17, where a continuous rainfall since 10 a.m. for the past 4 days. Okay. Then the second incident is December 18. At night, the main electrical substation at Glen Mary causing a blackout across some place of Shah Alam, and then the number of flood victims double overnight. This causes the number of flood victims double overnight. Okay. At December 19, 6,242 people were displaced. 45 PPS were opened with 3,826 victims from 2,551 families sheltered in Selangor, and 453 vehicles and logistics assets of various enforcement agencies were mobilized, involving 2,817 personnel. Okay, and in December 20, the Selangor floods claimed first death. A man was found drowned in Shah Alam following continuous heavy downpours that inundated several places the state since last week. 73 roads in Selangor were closed due to flood of 4 a.m. The flood water started to recede as of 8 a.m. A total of 11,418 victims from 4,267 families have been evacuated to 74 PPS in all districts in the state. Okay, in December 21, 16 water pumps have been used since 2 a.m. Tuesday, and some 80% of tangent flood water has been drained. December 22, the township of Taman Sri Muda, located at Shah Alam, recorded 14 deaths. Four more bodies have been found after the flood in Taman Sri Muda, bringing death total to 12, which is 7 men and 5 women. Okay, and in December 24, flood water in Taman Sri Muda began to decrease. A full week after the residential area was overwhelmed by floods on December 18, allowing residents to begin the heavy cleaning up process. So this is the incident that happened in the Taman Sri Muda when the flash flood happens. Okay, so now Chong will explain the effect of Selangor flood relating to OSHA and Environment Act.
Alright, so now I will talk about the effect of Selangor flood relating to our OSHA and Environment Act. So based on the law of Malaysia, Act 127, Environmental Quality Act 1974, Section 35, Restriction on Pollution Inland Waters, which stated that the first subsection states that no person shall, unless licensed, emit, discharge, or deposit any environmentally hazardous substances, pollutants, or waste into any inland water in contravention of the acceptable conditions specified under Section 21. Next, the subsection 2 states that without limiting in generally of subsection 1, a person shall be deemed to admit, discharge, or deposit water into inland water if he places any waste in or on any water, or in a place where it may gain access to any waters. Next, it also states that he placed any waste in position where it falls, descends, drains, evaporates, is washed, is blown, or percolated into any water, or knowingly or through his negligence, whether directly or indirectly, causes or permits any waste to be placed in such a position. From here, it will result a water blockage, which can cause flood due to a block of water flow, as well as can lead to a lot of property loss. So during these incidents, we have total of 6 effects have caused in Selangor. First, which is the loss of life. Then we have damaged building. Third will be damage of self-properties. And fourth will be cause destruction to the environment. And 5 will be the disruption of clean water and electricity. And lastly will be the cause of various diseases to be spread. Right, next.
So now I would be explaining about the negative impacts towards the flood victims, which has been caused by this flash flood. So the first and very important impact was towards the flood victims are lack of food and resources. So due to lack of food and resources, some of the flood victims were forced to break into some supermarkets to obtain their essential items. And besides, there were some victims who were also stranded at their home because rescue team was late and were unable to reach them due to due to lack of electricity and network connections. And following by the third impact, which is just safety of these flood victims, which is threatened as the water level is rising quickly. As we have noticed, the rain was continuously uh, raining for 4 days in a very heavy level. And the final impact is the flood victims lost their house and belongings due to the sudden flood. Due to this, there were some victims were also performed a crime deck, such as breaking into supermarkets and uh, stealing some motorcycles or vehicles. So um, to prevent that, police have also opened the investigation paper under section 379A under the penal code of for motorcycle theft, and 9 others were arrested under section 457 of the penal code for supermarket and shop break-ins. These types of acts has always been considered as a serious crime. Although in this midst of chaos, we should also understand that the victims were in a helpless situation to perform this act. So therefore, the owner of the supermarket have stated that the case will be withdrawn and the victims will be forgiven, considering their stranded situation. Yet, in normal days, acts like this should be prevented, as it is always been classified as a serious crime of stealing or trespassing. So next.
Okay, next suggestion using ethical problem solving and OSHA HERA. Okay, first we start with maintain for the drain to avoid flood. Then is the drain work properly? If yes, check if there are other problem occur. If no, the drain is closed. If no, proceed to fix other problem. Then clean if the drain closed. Yes, is to clean the drain. Is the drain bigger enough? Is yes, measure the capacity the withstand flood. If no, expand the drain. And then next flood is classified as flash flood and urban flood. Next, identify hazard. The water level rise. Next, conduct risk, property loss. Decide if this risk is tolerable and improve the drain system by expand the drain. Okay, next.
Okay, now we talk about sustainable development solutions for flood at Malaysia. Okay, there's 4 steps for structure measure engineering methods. And first, sustainable drainage system (SUDS). SUDS are a natural approach to managing drainage in and around properties and other developments. And SUDS also work by slowing and halting back the water that runs off from a site, allowing natural processes to break down pollutants. And second method is construction of tanks, secure levees. The dam is a construction from lake reservoir storage that can store runoff water reserve while removing it with a level that can still be managed, and also it construction must take into account the highest benchmark surface water during flood, so that the elevation of the pit, lighthouse, dam or dike either is above the security numbers. And third method is installation of flash flood warning system. Flood warning flood warning are more severe and are issued if widespread flooding is expected across a large region, or if flooding is imminent or actively taking place. And also flash flood watch warning follow the same protocol, but indicate potential for especially rapid flooding, usually from heavy rain or dam failure. And last method is flood diversion channel or tunnel. Flood diversion channel is a graded channel with a supporting embankment or dike on the lower side constructed on lowland subjected to flood damage, and also to divert flood water from the lowland by construction of stage canal in the lowland. So that's all from us. Thank you.